Like Teddy Gray on stuff, whooshy gives a proper reaction.
And now for something completely different.
Family, so there is a new Deftones track out. There isn't a video for it, however, there is an official audio. And from just reading through the comments just before I clicked record, I can tell that this is from a new album. So I'm actually finally here for something new from a big band that we've done before, you know, like a Metallica, a Slipknot, you know, whoever we've done before. That they haven't brought out an album, so this is potentially a big moment. Deftones, My Own Summer. Ever since finding that track, it was repeating in my brain, so I had to listen to it. And then once I did, it's like a disease. I couldn't stop. I haven't done many Deftones reactions on the Patreon or on the YouTube. I think we've only done 2 so far. But when I listened to President in the Name of Your Father, I said that sounded a little bit like Deftones, and in the comments somebody wrote that it's funny you should say that because the lead singer of President cites Deftones as one of his inspirations, one of his big inspirations. So, you know, I can only thank Deftones for giving me President, because President gave In the Name of Your Father, and that song it genuinely touched me. So it was the same as My Own Summer. It touched me in a way that I understood and feel like I could have understood, you know, back when it came out. If I'd have listened to it then, I could have taken something away from it. So, I don't know, I feel like with this album coming out, I need to be on it. There could be something I could take away from it now, so that in 20 years, I don't have to be like, oh, remember that record? Now I'm listening to it and it's actually changing my life. Brilliant. Could have done this 20 years ago, so let's do it now. This is the longest intro ever. Sorry about that. Straight into it. Boy, I swear, when that first, because hopefully I'll be able to show you the lyrics, and that's why I was looking through the comments in the beginning to see if anybody had posted them, because there were no CCs and the description didn't have lyrics in. So hopefully some absolute legend did. And Henrique, thank you very much, Henrique. Enrique. I don't know. It just makes me think of Thierry Henry, the Arsenal and French footballer. The cold escapes, the heart is drenched through. I like the fact that it was the heart is drenched through, and then the storm remains, my heart's entrenched, because entrenched sounds so much like drenched, but with both, there's a feeling of entrenchment anyway. You think of a trench as like a dirty, wet place anyway, somewhere that you don't want to be. Entrenched. I'm stuck there, you know. It made me think of like work, like 9 to 5, clocking in. Negative space in cycles, been caught on our radar. We've been waiting here patiently, locked in this state, clocking our time. Or maybe it's a more esoteric point about time itself, is that we've locked ourselves in this prison of time. You know, 24 hours in a day. You know, you work in 9 to 5. They're just numbers. And although they go beautifully together to create the time cycle that we know. We have become prisoners to that, My partner always has to tell me about my sleeping pattern because it's not like a regular human's. I have to be awake for anywhere between 18 and 24 hours, which means that my cycle of a day, I'm always sleeping through a lot of the next day, but then I'm awake for a large amount of time. But I don't go by days. It's just I more go by a sleep cycle, and I don't always sleep at night. Sometimes I sleep in the day because of how that cycle works. I don't know. I've that's why it's difficult for me to maintain like an office job or a warehouse job. It's fucking difficult because I have to change my entire way of being. Do you know what I mean? Because I can't function of a normal sleep cycle. I can't do it. I don't get tired enough to fall asleep at the time when I'm supposed to. I don't get tired enough. It doesn't matter what I do or how much I do. I've been a slave to this system and I've tried to break out of it. I feel a little bit liberated, but because there's nobody else doing it, I've almost trapped myself in this prison now because I'm the only one doing it, Nobody else is living on my sleep pattern, so I'm alone most of the time. Do you know what I mean? Yo, you're damned if you do, you're damned if you don't. New fate. So fate comes pouring down, but then in the second half, it's fate explores me now. Okay, so the instrumental for that, by the way, absolutely fire. The way that the lead singer, don't even know his name, don't care, don't even have to know his name, talented as fuck. The way that he weaves in and out of that, it's almost Tool-esque. Very, very brilliant. He's almost in the negative spaces of the record itself, and he says negative space in cycles. Maybe he's talking about because they refer to YouTube and Instagram, whatever, the creator space, just cycles, just looping over and over again. TikTok is literally a loop. It just plays the video you're looking at and then plays it again and again and again, destroying our mental, and it remains in our conscious constantly. That it could be talking about that, but also that still kind of follows along the line that I was talking about earlier with the prison of time. It's destroying our mental state, and it remains in our conscious constantly. It's even in your subconscious, you think about time without even thinking about time, but also it can't be in your conscious with time, because it can be, I suppose, but it's very difficult because it's a construct that we came up with. So there's no natural pull to it, There's that thing going around at the minute where people are they close their eyes and then they press start and they have to try and stop it at 4 seconds on a stopwatch without looking at it. And people are way off because your perception of time is it's so skewed to what it actually is, because you have no natural perception of time, because time is just a construct. But we've imprisoned ourselves in this construct of time. It's the same thing with money. Like, it doesn't actually exist as a natural concept, but we've imprisoned ourselves within it. It's just numbers, man. Don't look into the derivation of numbers and where they come from and how they were changed throughout history. Definitely don't look into that, because that will have you in a negative space, in a cycle, destroying your mental consciously, constantly. That will cause it, alright? Don't look into these things. It's best that you leave it to people that are already as fucked up in their head as I am. Well, thankfully, Deftones helping my mental, whether they know it or not, by creating songs like this that make me think. They are helping my mental state personally. So thank you very much to Deftones. Again, thank you, Deftones, for bringing us President. Oh, Father. I swear to God. Spin your boy Teddy Grant stuff. Thank you very much for being here. Didn't announce that I was going to do this. Nobody asked for it. Just wanted to do it. I think I have a Deftones one. I think it's called Sex Tape, or it's something to do with sex. That's what I know for sure. It's something to do with sex, and the thumbnail is somebody underwater, maybe. Hopefully that's helped you out and given you like a little Easter egg as to which Deftones one's coming next. But I believe that it got quite high in the polls, but it didn't get high enough. I believe it was Veronica who gave the suggestion. But it didn't get enough likes. But because I saw that it was Deftones, I did kind of put it in the watch later to do later. So yeah, I'll make sure that I get that one done soon. I also hear that a lot of you, including Veronica, but I also hear that a lot of you have been to Deftones concerts recently and seen them. So the fact that they're bringing an album out, is that sort of in line with them touring? And if so, are they going to be doing, or are they already doing, this music from this forthcoming album? If anybody has any of the answers, please let me know in the comments down below. Other than that, it's been your boy TGOS. Let's go. Poo-poo.